Hey guys, your boy Sean Bellamy back with you with a brand new episode of Philly Eagles Talk here on my channel. I'm on my lunch break at work, so I thought I'd take the time real quick and give my thoughts on the news that broke at least I think a half an hour ago or 15-20 minutes ago, whatever. That the Philadelphia Eagles is going to release by I believe 4 p.m. today, once free agency start, whatever. The Philadelphia Eagles is definitely going to release a cornerback, all-pro cornerback Darius Slay. I told you guys from the last couple of videos I've made that one of the main priorities that the Eagles should be trying to do, Howie Roseman and them, is trying to bring back Darius Slay. There was no word or anything that he was unhappy or anything like that, like he didn't like Philadelphia. The man loves Philadelphia. If you look at his tweets, how you look at his wife Jennifer tweets, the Slay family, dude, is just great overall. Obviously, I don't know them personally, but they just seem like really, really dope people. The fans, including myself, love like the Slays. Jennifer Slay, his wife, and Darius Slay, of course, are the man that plays for us, or did play for us, I should say. So it's a kind of a crushing blow seeing him go. Again, taking the emotion part out of it, of course, them just being great people. Darius Slay is an all-pro cornerback. I know he's 32 years old. People say, well, Sean, in the first, half of the season, he was great. Second half of the season, he was getting killed and, he was getting burnt by receivers. Quarterbacks was killing him. But listen, go argue with a wall, bro. Darius Slay is a top 5 cornerback to me. That man can still play at a high level, and replacing him is not going to be easy. You don't find Darius Slay just around the corner unless you get a trade like Jalen Ramsey, like the Dolphins got. You don't get those type of cornerbacks just sitting around the market to grab. So it seems like the Eagles, after re-signing, we brought back James Bradberry, who I am happy we brought back. I thought James Bradberry was a good corner for us last year. It seems like, at least on paper, he's going to be our cornerback 1. And the Eagles, with that 10th overall pick, unless maybe they make some other splash in free agency somehow, or maybe a trade, how he makes this coming weeks, that it seems like James Bradberry is going to be our number 1, and then we're going to draft a cornerback with the top 10 pick we have in the first round. I can't see us going anywhere else with that pick if we can't get another cornerback. Also, what this means of letting go of Darius Slay, that means that the Eagles, there was report as well that the Eagles are trying their best now to make a huge push for CJ Gardner-Johnson. That was the other player on our defense that I wanted the Eagles to bring back, Slay and Gardner-Johnson. And it seems like the Eagles just had to pick between the two because, again, Darius Slay was not unhappy. He just wanted more money, and the Eagles just could not, I guess, afford to keep him and also try to make the moves they want to make with Gardner-Johnson and other players maybe they're looking at. And also I heard in the reports that Darius Slay wanted 3 years. And again, some Eagles fans are saying if you take the emotion part out of it, it doesn't make any sense financially or for the team in the long-term game, because again, in 3 years he'll be 35, might be a step slower by then, who knows, but I still believe you should find a way to pay that man. I know some people gonna say, Sean, take your take your head out of your butt, whatever, man. Think with your brain. It's not going to make sense down the line, whatever. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I just said it's just right now it stings because, and it's not just being emotional, it just stings because, again, when you look at this guy, Darius Slay is a top 5 cornerback. Regardless if you believe he struggled last year, second half of the season, he still is a guy that I feel can still play at a high level. And it's going to be pretty tough to replace that. Because, again, this secondary, on paper, it doesn't look, as menacing as it did last year. You had Darius Slay as your 1. 2, you had James Bradberry, was a good 2. You had Gardner-Johnson on safety. And Blankenship came in, Marcus Epps, whatever. But Blankenship came in. I believe Reed Blankenship is ready. But besides, and then you have Maddox in the slot, like that, the secondary looked menacing. Like, you did not want to throw against the Philadelphia Eagles with those 2 guys, especially with Slay and Bradberry. So now with just Bradberry, and we don't even have a cornerback 2, we do have Maddox. I do love Avonte Maddox in the slot. And again, I believe at this time the Eagles are going to find a way to sign Gardner-Johnson. So you got Gardner-Johnson at safety, and the other safety you have Reed Blankenship. So again, on paper, it still doesn't look like it looks like a solid secondary, but just doesn't look like a secondary that is going to put as much fear as it did last year when teams was trying to throw the ball against us, and our D-line could not get home to the quarterback or anything. Now, again, we don't have a number 2. unless they really do believe James Bradberry. I think Bradberry will be our one because of being a veteran. And then, like I said, I believe they will draft a cornerback with the 10th pick. But yeah, man, this stings. Again, I know people are going to say you get your emotions out, man. In the end, you know, he was great, but overall, sometimes good things must come to an end. I'm going to miss Darius Slay, dude. I really think, him and his family, man, and just was just dope, man. And he just loved Philadelphia, dude. And the way the reaction is now, it's again, we're losing a good amount of players. It's definitely on the defensive side. And this, like I said, is going to be hard to replace. Those other guys, you're like, okay, we drafted for this. We're ready for this. Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis, we're ready to kind of plug some holes in with the young guys we have to come in. They believe they're ready to make an impact. But then you have the position of cornerback, dude, is not an easy replacement, especially when you have an all-pro sitting in your pocket. So, yeah. And again, there are other reactions, too. You got A.J. Brown, the wide receiver for our wide receiver for the Eagles. Our wide receiver, A.J. Brown, he tweeted out an emoji of kind of like, going like this. Like, he don't, like, he's probably a little frustrated that we let him go. Yeah, and I think Miles Sanders tweeted something saying, what the hell is going on with the crying emoji? Like, it just seems like our team's going to look completely different. At least on the defensive side of the ball come next year. It's going to look so different on the back end of our defense. Yeah, man, because our offense, again, you still got Jalen, A.J. Brown. We're not bringing back Miles Sanders, but our offensive line is still going to be intact. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. The offense is going to practically look the same besides Miles Sanders not being there. But on the defensive side, it's going to look so different when you talk about that secondary. This is why, man, like I said, no hate towards the Chiefs or anything like that. I love Andy Reid. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Travis Kelce. I have no hate against the Chiefs for beating us in the Super Bowl. But this is why I was okay. I mean, I'm not, super mad we lost. But this is why I wanted it kind of badly, in a way badly, because you just see how fast, dude, the business of the NFL, dude, like a snap of a finger, dude, and you could just be looking as you're losing talent and stuff like that. And I'm not saying Howie Roseman doesn't have a plan. It's just, damn, man, it's like, this is why I wanted us to get that second championship. It's so hard, bro, to keep, because at the end of the day, you got to let guys go. You got to save money. You got to try to replace. You got to try to fix, plug here. It's so hard, dude, to try to stay at the top. And again, it's not a guarantee we're going to fall off or anything. We could still, I do believe we'll still do well next year. Just like I said, hopefully this roster is, we don't have as many holes that we have to fix by the time the season starts. But again, man, I wish we would have got that Super Bowl because at least I could have sat like, all right, well, listen, the Super Bowl champion Eagles are just losing players, this and that. But again, man, I'm in good spirits. Then I believe the Eagles will be fine. I still think we have probably the best team in the NFC. The Cowboys did make a hell of a move getting Stephon Gilmore. I like Stephon Gilmore a lot for their team, man. Their defense is still really, really good. It probably rivals the 49ers. Their defense is very, very good. So, but again, besides that, I still believe we have the best team in the NFC. I don't fear the Cowboys that much, especially because their quarterback, the whole Dak Prescott situation. I don't trust Dak, and I know Cowboys fans don't trust Dak. So, again, and then they got the 49ers. Again, they're a threat. I won't say they're not a threat, but we don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be like. And that's pretty much it, dude. Besides those two teams, the Cowboys and Niners, I'm not fearing anyone else at this time. The Eagles obviously have some stuff they have to fix themselves. We're not unstoppable. But, yeah, I'm not sitting here like, damn, bro, this is it, man. Like, we're going to be terrible. I think we'll be just fine. But, yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. Darius Slay will be a free agent. There's already leaked sources saying that tons of teams are already looking at him because, he's a great guy and a great player. Why would you not want that guy in your locker room? So, I'm going to still follow his career, man. I hope Darius Slay, man, everything, works out for him and his family and everything like that. But it'll be good, man. Like I said, he's still an all-pro corner. And, yeah, this one will sting for a little bit, at least for a day or two, or at least because, again, it also depends what we do for the rest of this free agency and the draft. I really hope this means now of how we can't get a cornerback and like a veteran in free agency. I hope somehow we definitely have to use that 10th overall pick for a corner. We got to get a second corner because right now we don't have a cornerback to be matching up alongside with Bradberry. But that is it, you guys. I am out. Fly Eagles fly. Peace.